This is James Holder for IFL TV in association with Macklin's Gym in Marbella. We're in Kiel today, Germany, ahead of Paul Smith's World Title Challenge against Arthur Abraham. With me, I've got the $1 Million Crolla. What's happening, Nat?
Good, mate. Good, James. Just arrived there a few hours ago, so just had a little walk around Kiel Centre and bumped into a load of Scousers out here supporting Paul. And it was funny, I went in the Starbucks and then just some other little shop, and they knew, obviously they saw the tracksuit, but they'd, whether they saw all the Scousers or they were over there or what, obviously Abraham's big. He's a big name over here, so you know, everyone was wishing the team luck.
Can you tell us the mood of the camp at the moment? How is everything going?
Everything's brilliant. I think you see Paul, he looks very relaxed. He looked great at the weigh-in yesterday, and the camp's very confident. I think Paul has had like the perfect camp, and I've said this from the start. Paul, I saw a change in Paul, and you could argue that so you should see a change. It's a world title fight. It should be the hardest he's trained, and you know, I agree with that. But he surprised me, like how he's a totally different lad. Like from the last 8-10 weeks, he's been totally, since the fight's been announced, he's just been a totally different lad in the gym, and for the better, definitely. What
would it mean to Paul Smith? I know it's a silly question, but how much does it mean to him, this world title shot?
Paul's had a long career, had a brilliant amateur career, and for him now to fight for this world title, that's part of the dream. But to win it, it'd be a dream come true. And I always say, you'd have to ask someone who's been there to have a better idea. I can only imagine it would be the best feeling in the world.
Speaking of world titles, Eddie Hearn has been saying he's trying to get you some kind of shot. You're ranked fourth with a WBO. Terence Crawford's got that belt. Is that a fight you would take?
Yeah, well, I think it seems pretty common knowledge that Terence Crawford, the BELTRAN, they fight in the November, don't they? And if Crawford comes through that, it's not an easy fight, certainly not against BELTRAN, but if Crawford does come through, it seems pretty common knowledge he's going to move up a weight. If so, the belt becomes vacant, and I'd be near the front, like, to challenge for it, or final eliminator for a world title, for the world title. So yeah, it's certainly something I'd be interested in.
Of course, with Mickey Bey beating Vasquez the other week as well. What are your thoughts on that?
I didn't, you know what, I got asked before that, and I thought, no, Vasquez beats Mickey Bey and beats him well. So it did surprise me. I'll be honest, I thought Vasquez won the fight, but it was an awful fight to watch. But I mean, it was just a clash of styles, wasn't it? Obviously, Mickey Bey is a very, very good fighter. You don't, even if I thought Vasquez was still close, and you don't push Vasquez close unless you're a very good fighter, and that's what he did. So I think, like you say, it's certainly a more appealing name than Vasquez, because I think Vasquez was in a Who Needs Him club, even though he had a world title. There weren't a queue of people willing to fight him.
27 now. You've had so many tough fights domestically. You've been in some great scraps. Do you think now is the time for you to kick on and look for international?
I believe so, to try and, but I believe, like you say, I've had those tough domestic fights, and I believe they've made me a better fighter, and I'm now ready to make that charge towards a world title. I believe I'm improving, but I believe, like you say, I believe I'm in the form of my career right now, and I think the time's like now the right time to make that charge.
A lot of people have spoke potentially about yourself versus Kevin Mitchell. In your opinion, is that a fight you can get motivated for, or do you feel as if you want to look ahead?
No, certainly. It's if I couldn't get motivated for a fight against a top fighter like Kevin, there'd be something wrong for me. Like I say, I've not heard anything of that fight yet, but I'm sure it would make for a great fight. Like I say, I've got massive respect for Kevin. I knew from believe it or not, Kevin was like, as a schoolboy, he was one of them kids you sat down to watch, a bit older than me, but he was one who, from all over the country, they'd sit down, and while I watch him, he was knocking kids over from an early age. He was. So I've known him for a long time. I've known of Kevin for a long time, and like you say, he's the same as me. He's looking to make his charge for another world title attempt. So obviously the name's going to get mentioned if it happened in some kind of final eliminator. It's certainly something I'd be interested in.
Gary Matthews as well. Do you feel that fight will always be there for the third one?
Yeah, I've said that before. I do believe it will be always there for the third one. At the minute, it doesn't offer me nothing. At the minute, I've said that before. I do believe, like you say, it'll always there. I reckon there's a good chance we will fight again, though.
Alright, well listen, I appreciate you giving me a bit of time today. We've probably got about an hour and a half before people start setting off for Matthew Macklin.
Yep, I'm going to get upstairs now, actually. I think we're going in about 15-20 minutes, so get my stuff and head over for Macklin. Like you say, it's a massive night for Paul, but also it's a big night for Matt as well. Back in the ring, and he's been looking really good in the gym. So
first fight back in 10 months.
That's it. It's been a while, but he's been looking really well in the gym, and let's say Gallagher's gym double tonight.
Alright, well listen, thank you for giving me a bit of time, mate.
Nah, great talking to you, Jim, as always, mate.
Awesome, thank you.
See you in a bit. See you over there.